You know when you're living through history, yeah, which we are, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, can my son leave the house or not? I'm full Samoan. I'm from the villages of Vaiusu Whaleata, Apia, and Wailoa Whaleata, and there's one more, Waitomuli Palauli. My grandparents came when they were in their 20s. My dad was born here and I was born in Australia, but I came to New Zealand when I was quite young. I think I was like 7 days old. I've only known Auckland, South Auckland to be my home. Off the plane and straight to Papatoetoe, been there ever since. One of my earliest memories in South Auckland is probably playing on the streets with my friends. You know, I wasn't really allowed out of the house. Yeah, my dad was really strict, so yeah, all I had was my home and my best friends. Every day, 3 o'clock after school, that was us playing gutterboard, tag on the road, touch on the road. We weren't allowed to use water because, you know, water costs money and we don't pay no bills. So instead of water fights, we'd have fijau fights. I live in Otara, where my son's lullabies are the ghetto bird every night and the motorcycles that go up and down the road. My partner and I, we love being here. It feels like home. He grew up in Manurewa, I grew up in Papatoetoe, and now we're raising our son in Otara. I'm really excited for my son to grow up here and make his own street kid memories like his mum and his dad. Working through COVID, it was tough. Last year is probably the busiest I've ever been, and I was heavily pregnant. Now that he's here, I've definitely slowed down. Just learning how to be a working mum, it's different for me. We're working through it. To be going through such a huge transition in my life while the world is also going through a massive transition has been a bloody trip. We're adjusting and adjusting quick, which is, you know, something that we also do a lot in South Auckland. It was always just me and my grandparents and my dad, surrounded by adults. So for me, like reading and writing and imagining these different stories and scenarios were my escape. I spent a lot of time like at my local dairy. I would always just see different people and think, oh, I wonder what that person does for a living, or I wonder what that chick did today. Yeah, that's kind of where it started for me, just needing some friends in my head. So making up some mates for myself when I was bored at home. Growing up, my grandparents, specifically my dad and my granddad, instilled in me the importance of higher education. From a young age, I was told I was going to be a doctor, and I had that in me for, you know, my whole life, and it wasn't until I got to high school. Digne Lampada Trata, which means worthy to carry the torch. Are you? You know, I still didn't try anything new. I was always doing, you know, the 3 sciences and English and maths. I got being good at science mixed up with being passionate about it.
I was thinking, I'm gonna have a doctor. My granddaughter's gonna be a doctor. And when you said, no, I don't want to, I was like, man, here's my dreams gone. I want to tell you that this thing, you got the problem. The problem is you want to rush things. Hey, you said, doctor is too long. No, if you're smart in here, only do it in 3 years.
What country, Samoa? It was still a real scary thing, you know, when you're like trying to tell your island parents that, sorry, I don't want to be a doctor, but I'm just gonna go make some films. I don't know if I'll get paid for it, but you know, we'll see. It was quite, yeah, it was scary. So I did still go down to Dunedin, and I spent a year there. After that year, I don't know, I worked up the courage to tell my parents that I didn't want to do it. And then I came home and applied for Southside, and that was that. Last year, before I gave birth, I worked on Sister Show for Culture Factory as the development producer. And I'm currently working on an exciting project, again with Culture Factory and Joe Damon. And yeah, that'll be my first time producing my own series, so that'll be fun. I don't know where I'm going to find the time to do it, but we're going to do it. I'm so blessed to have my nana, my mum. She comes over every day and knocks on my door like she's the police at 8 in the morning. She'll immediately take my child and yeah, she loves him so much. So she'll, I don't know, do whatever he needs. Feed him, cuddle him, sing to him. This morning she taught him the Samoan national anthem. She's just been such a huge help to me in terms of being able to still work. I started my career with Tiki Lounge, you know, as a director's assistant and, you know, a runner on Game of Bros. Very hard job, yes. Had to oil these guys up, you know, such a tough life. From there, I started working with Culture Factory on Baby Mamas Club also as a runner, and then Baby Mamas Club 2, I worked my way up to a production coordinator, and Sis as a writer and storyliner, and now with season 1 of Sis as a development producer. It is the first Polynesian show to platform with Comedy Central. How crazy is that? Little brown girls everywhere, of every shape and size as well, can see themselves on a mainstream platform like Comedy Central. It has been a conscious decision for me to work with predominantly Māori and Pasifika production companies, mostly because of the culture that they have. Story sovereignty is something that's really important to me and the people that I work with. They prioritise integrity and cultural safety and making our stories for us, by us. Once I experience working with my people, it's just like, why would I want to go anywhere else? South Auckland has taught me a lot about hard work and resilience. A lot of the kids out south, we're used to our parents getting up before the birds, before the sun, to go do the labour jobs that keeps this country running, you know. Our youth, you know, during COVID, kept your supermarkets stocked and made sure your pharmacy had all the medicines, and kept your precious warehouse and Kmart open so you could click and collect from your home while, you know, our youth broke their backs to provide for their families. Contrary to popular belief, there's a lot of love here, and you don't have to go far to find support.
That's why I wanted her to be a doctor, getting heaps of money, drive a Porsche, but no Porsche now, go buy the train.
Just a Mazda.
So now you can be yourself, whatever you want to, but as long as you do it well, right?
Are you proud of me?
What?
Are you proud of me?
Oh yeah, very. But except that is part of